We are back. This is my favorite right here. All right. I love that picture of the donkey completely overloaded. All right. Now, Nicole, you've obviously committed to a better future. And I know all of you that are on, you guys can do the same thing. And we started out this entire process by exploring this concept that kids aren't born with autism, right? They're developing normally and they're going along. And then one day there's the tipping point where development stops and even goes backwards. And I believe that there's many things that cause that tipping point. And it all starts with, just on a very high level, there's environment and toxins that then lead to compromised gut and immunity, which leads to inflammation, and to a point where then the body goes into overload. And as you can see from the picture, this donkey is clearly overloaded. So you have excess toxins, compromised immunity, you put them together, and you just have this toxic cocktail that a little developing, sensitive body can't handle. So big thing to remember, these kids have sensitive systems. When you load up their bodies with poisons and things that require that fight to process, all of their cellular energy then just goes and is used for self-preservation and not for growth. So it's imperative to remove the toxins and to get the things out of their environment and out of their stomachs that will cause that issue. So our goal, very simple: clear that cloud of inflammation and neurotoxicity so our children can begin to develop again. Then we went through and we talked about some myths surrounding implementing like a plan like this. So we're going to go through just a few of the most important ones here. First thing, it's too hard. The reality is, this is not easy. You heard Nicole say it. One, our kids are addicts, so it's really hard to change. And two, this requires more thought than just giving them anything they want, and at first, especially when you don't give them what they want, life becomes a little bit more difficult. But trust me, it was certainly a challenge, but life gets way easier, because just like Nicole said, the tantrums go from, a 12, or meltdowns really, go from a 12 down to a more normal level, like a 3. So definitely worth it. Life does get easier. Okay, so my child will only eat XYZ. Just fill in the blank. Gummy bears, Pop-Tarts, you name it. I get it. My son was the same way. You heard Nicole talk about her son. The same way. I think all these kids are on the same eating plan. And as parents, we get really scared that if the kid doesn't eat, we just give them the crap because we want them to have something. And the reality is, when you just give them that something, you're doing them way more harm than you are good. Your child won't starve if they go to bed hungry. Like, trust me, they won't. At some point, they're going to eat. And sometimes change requires them going to bed hungry a few times, until they realize that the way that they used to deal with it and the way that you used to interact with them, that manipulation won't work anymore. It doesn't happen. They realize, okay, if I don't eat what's on my plate, then I'm going to go to bed hungry. And most kids will choose eating a non-preferred food over going to bed hungry when they actually know that that's going to happen. Some people call me cruel, whatever you want, but it's just the truth. So, all right. And the other one is food and supplements don't matter. This is just 100% false. Like, truly, diet fundamentally changes our biology, our gut biome, which we talked about, gene expression, brain function, hormones, energy levels, susceptibility to infections and cancer and diabetes, celiacs and Crohn's, and the condition of our arteries, likelihood of a heart attack and stroke. Everything comes from food, right? If you eat a peanut and you're allergic, you can die. A peanut. And drinking alcohol, we all know what that does. So none of that's controversial. So why is the fact that diet can affect our extra sensitive, small brains and bodies of our kids on the spectrum, why is that still in dispute? It's absolutely crazy to me.